The Young and the Restless. Spoilers full. Welcome back to our channel, Y&R fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute madness unfolding in Genoa City. Grab a snack, settle in, and let's get right into the drama that has everyone talking, because the latest twists are truly off the charts. I am literally typing this at 2 in the morning because I am losing my mind over the latest episode. You guys, we need to talk about this right now. I'm sorry, but are the writers actually serious with this Matt Clark twist? Because I am screaming at my television. I cannot believe they did that. Of all the people in the entire universe of The Young and the Restless, of all the random citizens in Genoa City, the one person who holds the key to Malcolm Winter's survival is Matt freaking Clark. I am pacing around my living room trying to process this because it is just so incredibly insane, and yet in a weird, twisted soap opera way, it is absolute perfection. Let's just back up a second and look at how we even got here. Remember the absolute nightmare in Las Vegas? Matt was torturing the Newman family, pushing Nick to the brink with that poison drug stash, holding Sharon and Noah hostage, and basically acting like the devil incarnate. We all saw Sharon drive that car off the cliff in a desperate bid to save them, leaving Matt severely injured. And now Matt is back in Genoa City, lying in an intensive care hospital bed, and he has amnesia. Yes, you heard me right. The man who remembers every single grudge he has ever held suddenly has no idea who he is. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. The real jaw dropper isn't just the amnesia. It's what happened when the hospital doctors ran routine blood tests on him to treat his injuries. The doctor is just casually looking at the chart, probably expecting normal villain blood, and bam, he sees a specific marker, a genetic match. Matt Clark, the psychopath who has caused nothing but pain and suffering, is a perfect bone marrow match for Malcolm Winters. I mean, you cannot write this stuff. Well, I guess they just did, but you know what I mean. Because, let's talk about Malcolm for a second. My heart has been breaking for Malcolm Winters. The man has been diagnosed with aplastic anemia, and it has completely destroyed him. He has been so depressed, so utterly terrified, that he is going to die. You can see it in his eyes every time he is on screen. He's been putting on a brave face for the family, but deep down, he is terrified. He thought his life was over when Lily's twins weren't a match. He was literally preparing for the end. And now, out of nowhere, the universe hands him a miracle wrapped in the body of a monster. And can we please talk about the absolute poetic justice of this for Cain Ashby? Yes, I am so here for this. Remember what Cain was doing? Cain found out he was a match for Malcolm, and instead of just being a decent human being and saving his former father-in-law, he decided to weaponize his bone marrow. He literally tried to blackmail Lily, demanding control of Chancellor Winters in exchange for saving Malcolm's life. I have never hated Cain more than in that moment. It was so ruthless and disgusting. But now Matt is a match. Cain's entire blackmail scheme is completely ruined. I am doing a happy dance right now because Cain's leverage is gone. He thought he had Lily backed into a corner, but this Matt Clark revelation just blew his entire plan out of the water. So naturally, Lily and Holden are absolutely thrilled. I mean, Lily has been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. She was facing the impossible choice of either letting her uncle, biological father, die, or handing over her family's legacy to her manipulative ex-husband. You could see the sheer relief washing over her face when she heard the news about Matt and Holden. Poor Holden just found out Malcolm is his biological father, and he was immediately faced with the prospect of losing him before they even got to build a relationship. Holden is waiting and hoping, and for the first time in weeks, there is a genuine spark of joy in the Winters family. They are celebrating this glimmer of hope. But wait, we have to talk about the massive, glaring elephant in the room. This is Matt Clark we are talking about. Will Matt actually agree to this? He has amnesia right now, sure. He doesn't remember being a sadistic villain. He doesn't remember torturing Nick and Sharon. He is currently a blank slate sitting in a hospital bed. So if the doctors walk in and say, hey, you can save a dying man's life, will the amnesiac Matt just say yes out of the goodness of a heart he supposedly doesn't have? Am I the only one who is incredibly suspicious of this amnesia? I know some people are loving this idea of Matt getting a clean slate and maybe even a redemption arc, but personally, I don't buy it for a single second. I've been watching since 2015, and this is exactly the kind of trick a villain pulls to avoid going to prison. What if Matt is faking the memory loss? If he remembers who he is, there is absolutely no way he gives his bone marrow to Malcom without demanding something astronomical in return. If Kane demanded a company, what would Matt demand? A private island? Full immunity from Victor Newman? The possibilities are terrifying. And let's think about the psychological mess this creates for Malcom. Malcom is a good man. He is a man of faith and family. How is he going to feel knowing that the lifeblood keeping him alive belongs to a man who has terrorized his friends? Because, let's not forget, the Winters and the Newmans are connected. Malcom knows what Matt has done to Sharon and Nick. Is Malcom going to be okay with taking a piece of Matt Clark into his own body? I feel like they are setting up a massive moral dilemma here, and I am so anxious just thinking about it. I kind of love how messy this is, though. This is peak soap opera drama. You have a dying, beloved character, a desperate family, a blackmailer getting foiled, and a villain holding the ultimate cure. It is brilliant, but it is also so frustrating because we are at the mercy of Matt Clark. Every time I think about Matt lying in that hospital bed, looking all innocent and confused, I just want to scream at the TV, "Don't trust him, Lily! Get the marrow and run!" And what happens when Victor Newman finds out about this? You know Victor's going to get involved. Victor wants Matt destroyed for what he did to Nick and Adam in Vegas. But if Matt is the only thing keeping Malcom alive, Victor might have to hold off his revenge. Can you imagine the scenes between Victor and Matt? Victor standing over Matt's hospital bed, threatening him, while Matt just blinks innocently and asks, "Who are you?" Oh my gosh, the dialogue is going to be incredible. I am already dreading and anticipating it at the same time. I'm sorry, but I just have so many feelings about this. I really hope they don't drag this out for 6 months. We need answers. Is Matt going to sign the consent forms? Will the amnesia hold up long enough for the transplant to happen? What if Matt starts getting his memory back right as he's being wheeled into the operating room? Can you imagine? He suddenly remembers everything, rips out his IV, and holds the whole hospital hostage. Okay, maybe that's a bit too far, but with Matt Clark, literally nothing is off the table. In conclusion, I am a nervous wreck. I am so happy for Malcom, Lily, and Holden because they desperately needed a win. And I am beyond thrilled that Kane's disgusting blackmail plot has been thwarted, but tying Malcolm's survival to Matt Clark is the most stressful thing the writers could have possibly done. I am going to be glued to my screen every single day to see how this plays out. Let me know if you guys are as stressed as I am, because I definitely need to share this anxiety with people who get it.